So yeah,
Right.
anyone's
Aye.
game.
Right. That's fine. I'm just thick as mince. So, but we're going to see a flying lemon take his place at the back of the grid in his 20th grid slot. We're going to get the 5 lights. The switch will be pressed in a few moments. Lofty's on your right hand side, Hyper's on your left on the inside. A very, very short, very, very narrow run down to turn 1, so I think it'll be key to those that get a good launch to just make their way by. But we're going to get the 5 lights. We've got the 5 lights. The cars are revving. The lights are on and now they're off, and we're away racing here in Zandvoort. And it looks to be Lofty getting a really good start. And Dolphin trying to hold it round the outside. As Crafty's going to go round the outside to make it 3 wide. The Mercedes Honey Badger looks to be making a place as the AlphaTauri gets pushed out wide. There's a big crash, big accident there, and there's an AlphaTauri facing backwards.
There's
a safety car
as well. There's a Renault.
There's a Renault facing backwards.
They're all going past. Dolphins in the wall. There's another crash at the back here as well. Oh my god, the flying lemon's going slow. What is going on here? Everyone's trying to file into position. And yeah, so he's not leading the race. I can tell you that for free.
And this is definitely shook up the order. You'll get there, they go bottom of the screen, your predicted pit stop strategy, your pit window opens about lap 12 for the softs, and I will admit I would like to counter argue that and say it might be slightly earlier. Lap
Riggs, 10, I think you need to flip onto penalties just to see how many people got 5-second time penalties from that one. Because
Jesus, boys, keep it clean.
There's lots of people.
That's half the grid.
All those wood penalties have got 5 seconds. That is crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 drivers. It's more than half. Someone's in the pits.
And what's this for? Lofty's in. Like, we're seeing some pit lane action. I need to get to the front of the field.
Oh, the Lofty's still
Honey
at the front.
Badgers.
I have no idea what's going on here.
Lofty's still leading. The timing screens are kind of inconsistent. Are they? So is that for speeding under the safety car?
No, they would have slow? I think it's just contact. You know how you get those 5-second time penalties, contact on the safety car. I think that's just what happened. I'm surprised they didn't all pit, because pretty much everyone's pitted bar. I mean, Colden has got the greatest start because he's managed to avoid everything, like I said, and now he's on mediums. Honey Badger can probably do. Honey Badger starting the soft, so he can do double medium to the end. As Jester is in the pits as well at the back of the grid. So these drivers could easily do double medium, but Jester's gone for softs, so he's stop again. Don't know how long these hards can actually go.
Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, but like, see, here's the kind of hang, right? See if you're Dodgy and Russell. No, sorry, Dodgy and Cowan, who have the penalties. You can serve them under the safety car. Would you
there's a crash.
No. Oh, big crash!
There's a crash. Flying Lemon and Scott have come together under safety car.
Scott's away into the barrier up at the back of the circuit. How's he managed to get up there? How's he managed to get his car tucked up in the air?
The Flying Lemon and Scott have come together somewhere. Because the Flying Lemon had gravel on his tyres. He's still got gravel on his tyres, and he's all over the shop. I have no idea. I just saw the 2 dots off the map in the gravel trap. Well, we're going to be hearing about that, I'm sure. I have no idea how they've managed to crash under safety car conditions as Cowan now comes into the pits. That is bizarre.
Right. That's interesting because now he's going to serve his speeding.
He's going to change the softs as well. What's he doing?
Oh, Cowan!
Now I'm flying Lemon speeding under safety car. He's got a drive through to serve.
Lemon's just really not had the easiest 3 laps of his life. But that's the kind of hang now, right? Like that's the kind of hang, right? Like, because Dodgy's the only person left to serve the 5 seconds, so he'll be doing it under his pit stop in racing conditions anyway. Yeah. It looks to be he is staying out. like, would you have pitted just to serve it and get out the white and maybe try and go to the end?
Yeah, I think it was. I mean, it would have put you back in traffic, but I think I like the strategy of Honey Badger with the mediums, because he started on the soft, so he could just do double medium to the end, while other people have to do soft medium, soft hard. But he'll have the best strategy. Instead of going on the hard, I think doing a double medium is probably better, because as we've seen from lap 1, there is a high chance for safety car. Safety car is in this lap. But yeah, Dodgy, I don't know. I'm not too sure on that strategy, to be honest, but 2 Ferraris in the top 6.
It's really interesting, because some of the drivers like Gumpy Orange, Crafty and Cowan, Sprightly have all went back onto the soft, so they'll be looking to be really quick. But then you've got the white wall, literally 9th, 10th, leaving for 12th, all in the hards, and they'll be the slowest because they're the hardest tyre. So it'll be interesting to see how the drivers deal with that. But anyway, we're going to deal with the race start once again, back under racing conditions. And we will have our first racing lap here, as it is going to be Lofty leading us away into turn 1. You'll go Pipers and Dodgy close behind, Baggy right on the back, Dodgy there as the R30 filter funnels a crash at the back. That's Cowan, he's slapped and he's right back into the pits again, so he's definitely not the best restart there for him. Dingo Dolphin.
Mercedes are side by side. Scott Blaney was slow on the hards, and Honey Badger's made it once past his teammate as well.
And Demon's going really wide there. Jay Geddes take the place off Colton, and he's we squeeze, and there's the McLaren and the Haas gone side by side, and the Haas just kind of slides back in. The Williams and Grumpy Orange got up the inside of Steve-O, and he makes it work. Crafty right on the back, Scott Laney, they're all fighting for position here. You can see up in front, and it's Maxwell and Colden gone side by side, slowing everybody up. Demons is trying to get involved in it. Tay Rooney outside the 11. Colden's covering it off. Grumpy Orange is kind of getting onto the curb, and Demons makes it work. Is Colden get damage? Is Colden get damage because he's looking really slow for some of these turns?
Lofty's round. Well, he spun it. I don't know if he's got damage. I think he's got away with it, but Baggy fan up into P2 as well as. And Ferrari's got damage. What is going on?
And we've got the Ferrari Russell in. So Russell's in. Dodgy's still in P3, but he's got to stay with 5 seconds into the pit lane. The racing point is Flying Lemon's back in. Yellow flags.
What's he doing? He's reversed back onto the track. What's he doing? What is he doing?
And there's big contact at the back. You can see the Williams Grumpy Orange half on the track, half in the gravel.
No, Grumpy Orange just had to get out of the way to get it reversing back onto the track, and he's hit the back of him. Oh my. What is going on in this race? It's only lap 5, boys. Calm down.
You've got Grumpy Orange getting out of shape on the exit of 4 up to the back of the circuit. And looking at it.
You just have to laugh. Otherwise, you'll just. My mind is all over the shop right now. Just calm down, boys. I mean, I want more of it, but settle down.
Let's get a racing lap under our belts here, but
another yellow
flags. Where's this? This is the back of the circuit. I think that's just. It's a yellow flag. It's a slow. Geddes has got damage. Hypers goes fastest. Big train right behind Crafty. I'll jump on board with that. And Crafty's got wing damage. And Crafty's got air damage. And Colden's right behind. Crafty's lost his
he might got
left
caught
end
up
plate.
I think he might got caught up in the old Jay Geddes reversing back onto the track incident, because that's where Grumpy Orange was, and he spun in sympathy, I think, because that's a squeeze from the Ferrari. Russell and the Flying Lemon are going hammer and tongue, and almost have an airplane crash as Russell spun on the curb.
And
right, reset to track.
Is that a reset to track?
Yes, that is a reset to track. Did you get on stream?
No, it was on the stream.
Yeah,
it wasn't on board with him, but it was on board with a Lemon. I just wasn't sure, because sometimes the game's quite strange with the pit lane crashes, and it just somehow jumps into the track. But if that's a reset to track, that'll definitely probably be getting locked.
I recorded the last bit, so.
And then you've got Demons and Maxwell just kind of having a wee quiet race to themselves in 7th and 8th. Just kind of keeping to themselves, minding their own business. Maxwell Dodgy makes it through. Baggy gonna try and go.
Baggy, what's he doing?
Nice cut. But Baggy will probably just settle for. I think he might settle for just kind of sitting following Dodgy, because Dodgy could probably help drag him along and try and close the gap down to Hypers, but he's going to have to watch because Lofty's right there too. So quite a lot going on in these first 7 laps.
So the train back here behind Colden now. I do get nervous every time I'm watching this because I don't know what's going to happen. Look how close they are.
That's exactly it, too. Like, you don't really know what's going to happen. I think Colton definitely does have wing damage. I'm on board with Sprightly. I can't really see the front of the Mercedes, but you can see on the front right in front of the front right tyre, like the end plate normally kind of sticks upward at the end of the wing. Is they there for him? Yellow flags, that's a Red Bull. That's Geddes blocking the pit lane by the looks of it. So kind of all just kicking off here as they all come down to turn 11 and 12.
Laney went from Lofty ahead of Baggy. Easy move.
Oh, I'm just jumping off board with all these moves. I'm not really been one for catching any of the content, and we'll get Maxwell right behind Demons right behind Maxwell now. Both of them on the hards, both of them making the early stop under the safety car. Demons turns in quite early and he's kind of got himself out of shape, lucky to escape the barriers there, and he's on the curbs on the exit of 40, and it's just a bit out of shape for the Haas driver through that whole sequence there. He'll definitely be kind of looking upward there and kind of thanking the gods to keep him into the race there. He was so close to the lot.
So Colden has just lost 3 positions in the space of about 5 seconds. Double overtaken zone 1, then Scott Laney got an exit. He must have damage because he's been overtaken again twice in just that little bit. Yeah, he must have damage that we can't see. Because yeah, he's going really slow at the moment. But yeah, we'll see. I know his problem in Australia is that he let his he had his foot resting on his brake pedal. As Lofty and Dodgy going at it. Lofty's made the move.
Oh, I've missed it again. I'm just sitting here trying to jump through. We've got the racing point. He's Sprightly going to be put under pressure down the straight. I'm going to get this one. No, Dolphin running the outside, and you've got the Red Bull of Scott Laney just lurking in the background there. Goes for a wee cheeky look up the inside, but opts against it. And I think Scott Laney might be making a move on Sprightly sooner than later. Oh, as he goes quite deep into 4, but it'll help his exit though. And Scott Laney, no really looking to make the move in any kind of haste, just kind of settling in behind the racing point as Sprightly does just manage to creep into the top 10. And it's looking at everybody's like, it's kind of like almost like a wee rainbow with all the different kind of tyres and all the different positions. Like everybody's on a different strategy, just looking at it. Like the top 5 are on the standard strategy while everybody else is deviated onto something else.
I think Gareth will get past Baggy Van here. I don't think Baggy Van's going to even bother. Or maybe he will.
Baggy late on the brakes, or Gareth braking too early. I think Gareth maybe braked a wee bit too early there. Gareth did have the line, so he did have the right to go a bit late on the brakes if he felt like it.
Surprised he didn't stick it up there, but I guess he's still got a long way to go. In lap 10, people have decided to calm down after his first 5 laps. I think Red Bull and Scott Laney and Sprightly are still close together, but no move on there. Yeah, Lofty is definitely closing in the gap after his mistake in the final sector, which put him back a few positions, but he's recovered that form and grip, and yeah, he's setting his sights on Hypers, and we could be on for a tussle race.
Definitely Lofty, the quickest in qualifying, the pole position man. We'll have a wee bit of clean air to try and chase Hypers down. It's not as if he's got like a mountain to climb. You can see the Renault in his peripherals, so he'll probably have that as motivation to try and close the gap down. And you can see slowly itching into it. It was 2.1, it's now 1.9. A 10 for 2 here or there takes you a long way. But we are kind of into the pit window phase. If you're
yeah. Oh, and Demons
Yellows.
As well. Oh, Maxwell's in the wall.
And Maxwell spun.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, he's right on the line. He's
no.
right on the racing line.
Oh.
He's right on the racing line. He's going to have to watch. They all filter through. Maxwell, watch me. Oh, there's Oh my goodness me! My God, my hair has just fell at my back end. Like, and I'm not even driving.
Oh, side by side,
Like,
it's got Laney's out. Laney's out. Laney's out.
oh, Laney!
Virtual safety car. Sprightly and Laney came together at turn 3. He just hit the. I just got over that, and he just hit the inside. Kind of collected his rear wheel. Yeah, and then he's in the wall, and then his front right is just shredded off. And that is him out of the race, unfortunately. Only a VSC. I think a safety car would have helped everyone, but we should see some pit action as Hypers is about to come up to the pit lane. No. Well, I'm surprised about that.
Drive-through penalty. Drive-through penalty for
3 drivers.
oh, for free there. Baggy fan does jump into the pits. It's for a planned stop onto the hards. Yellow flags. Ferrari seems to be Russell. Why is it no changing? That's why, because I've looked at the menu up. And he's well and truly into the gravel. He's going to have to watch because there comes the leading pack, Lofty and Hypers. Lofty's closed this gap down massively.
Yeah, he's benefited on that VSC. I think he's timed it to perfection as well. It's going to be close.
And
if I was Lofty, I'd probably. It depends what tyres he wants to go on to, but it's probably one of those situations. Do whatever the driver ahead of you doesn't do. I think Baggy Guy has done the right stuff as Russell gets out of the way.
he's gonna just. I don't even know how that managed to happen, but he is carrying some significant damage on that Ferrari. But I've just jumped on off board the battle. Hypers comes in, so Lofty's going to go again. So Lofty trying the overcut.
It's got no ERS though.
He's going to have to. He's run wide through one. He's kind of missed his brakings on there.
Oh, Gareth.
And yellow flags. That's the Ferrari. That's Russell. I think that's just Russell slowing. So that'll just be for him. He's going to have to watch because he's got the racing packy. He's got Sprightly.
Geddes retired in the pits.
Yeah. And Jay Geddes is retired in the pits.
So is Russell.
And Russell is just calling it a day there too while he's at it. We're on board with Lofty though. He is trying the overcut. Hypers came in.
Sprightly's
and there's a
around
racing
at turn
point.
1. Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to just jump on board to see what's happening. He's right on the racing lines. He's got to watch his teammates right there. And there's Jester there too. They're all kind of filtering through. Grumpy On's just managed to beat Cow in it. And we're going to see Sprightly come back onto the track. And we're going to see Lofty probably come into the pits at the end of this lap. It is a 15-second gap. It is a relatively short pit lane. I don't know. Hypers is in clear air. Lofty's gone again. Lofty is gone for another lap.
I think he's going to go for the mediums, Riggs. I think he's going to let Hypers. Well, he's going to come out behind Demons as well if he's not careful. So yeah, I think he's going to come out behind Demons regardless. So he's going to let Hypers go here and go for the grandstand finish. I mean, Hyper is a little way back, but he's going to go for a charge for a podium, I would assume. Gareth ahead of Baggy Fan, but Baggy Fan's too far behind Gareth. Both have a penalty to their name, and Dodgy is behind them as well. Yeah, I mean, we've got Demons Honey Legend and Lofty up there when they still have to pit. Scott only has left a session, he's already out anyway. Good race for the Red Bull drivers once again. As but I was in the pits.
And the closest battle on the track seems to be between Gareth and Baggy for P5. Both of them have made their pit stops.
He's gone again.
Gone again?
He's definitely going mediums. I mean, 100% he's going mediums.
Nah, you wouldn't stretch the soft suit this long if you're only going to go in the mediums to get a crack. So it's definitely going to be interesting because he's going to need. I mean, that's the kind of thing because the hards don't necessarily feel terrible, but how are you going to exercise the mediums in the race if you're going to be in traffic?
Well, yeah, he's going to have more pace. He's going to have to strike while the iron is hot, so to speak, with those mediums and not let them wear out, because they're hard to have longevity.
Sorry, Max. Crafty's up the inside, a flying Lemon into turn 1. Lemon's holding it around the outside though. No getting up that easy. Gives him a wee nudge for good measure. Crafty's having to think his options through again. Gives him a wee nudge through 4. No damage done, fortunate enough for him. But this is the battle for the final point as it stands. Crafty is on 4 lap fresher tyres, so he definitely needs to get by. And Lofty comes in, and we'll see what he's on. Oh, Lemon gets a bit greedy on the curb there. Baggy
I'm interested to see where he comes out next with his teammate, because he's going to be quite close. The gap's 17, just over 17 seconds, about 17 and a half seconds when he came into the pits. I think he's going to get out ahead just about he needs to. I think his teammate would let him go anyway, and yeah, I mean he's ahead, so comfortably ahead actually, so he didn't actually lose that much time. And I think this is going to be hard for Hyper to defend.
Definitely, especially when Lofty's right there, but while we're going to let that... Oh, Baggy's going to go for it! And he just cuts right back in. Baggy's got all his energy there. Is he just sitting managing it behind Gareth? Is he not really looking for an overtake right now? I'm just letting Gareth bring him... Just kind of letting Gareth tow him along a wee bit. Baggy's just kind of saving it.
I mean,
Gareth's got half the energy what Baggy's got.
It's good for Baggy because... Well, if he needs to use it, he can use it. I think Lofty, at the moment, I think he has to make this move sick at some point soon. I mean, Baggy's got Dodgy coming up the back of him as well. It's Jester and Flying Lemon going at it again.
I've just seen in the chat that... Sorry, I've just seen in the chat...
making the move.
Oh, and Lofty's just made the move, and into turn 1 he goes. And Kuipers gets on the curb, and I'm going to jump back on board with Gareth and Baggy. And I think Baggy's just quite content with letting Gareth have the P5 the now, and he'll probably just strike a bit later on in the race. But I seen Matt in the chat saying, don't show on boards of Baggy, can he take it? So I'll do my best to just kind of get a bit of Baggy content for you the now while he's going up to turn 8. So we'll see how he fares.
Oof.
Oh, and he gets a bit close to Gareth there this time around. And we've got Dodgy right behind as well, so we'll jump on board with Dodgy. This is the 3-man battle starting to formulate behind Gareth, so we can see how this is going to go. And then we're going to have Dolphin just kind of joining on at the back of this. It'll be a 4-way battle. Everybody's kind of like, they're all kind of spread out, but at the same time they're all together. Like, I'm just kind of looking at the track map, and like they are kind of like they're in wee groups. Like the only drivers you've got kind of on the reign is Demons and Stevo. No, Stevo. Stevo. Stevo's in P9. Yellow
Grumpy
flags.
Orange.
Oh, Dodge is going to go for the move on Baggy into P1, into turn 1. Baggy round the outside, holding his line. Dodgy's going to have the inside. Baggy's holding it round the outside. And Dodgy's just going to have to tuck back in behind. And
good defending.
Up a couple of... And Baggy gave him enough space. He says, I'll give you the space if you want to make the move. It's up to you to make it. And Baggy's right back on the rear of Gareth again. So while he was just immediately on the defence, he's right back on the attack.
I said... sorry, Riggs. I said that I like Tiny Badger's strategy. He's going to come out around this battle, so the more they battle, I mean, the Dolphin's going to have to pit as well from those mediums. Tiny Badger's going to have a... Yeah, he's got a decent pace. I think Tiny Badger could still get a podium here, you know. I'd certainly back him for it, if he can... Well, I know these guys are in a train... Oof, Gareth almost loses the car completely there, and Baggy's going to have a sniff down this straight, surely.
He might maybe need to still think about making... Oh, and Baggy's got a wee tyre on the dirt there. He might need to think about actually going for a move rather than just being quite content, because Dodgy's coming and Dolphin's there too, so This is the kind of effect that you're going to get in a train, because, like, that's kind of it, innit, right? Because Gareth has always been kept honest by Baggy, who's always been kept honest by Dodgy, who's now going to be kept honest by Dolphin because he's in behind. Like, they're going to keep each other honest because there's always somebody behind them. Like, and that's what happens in these trains. So you can't just like sit and be content. I think Baggy might need to start thinking about going forward now rather than just kind of settling for P6. Would you know?
I would go for a move at some point. Baggy, yes. Oh, yeah, I forgot Dodgy had that 5-second penalty. No wonder he's behind these guys. Baggy has got a time penalty. So has Gareth. He's got to go for it. He's going to go for it.
Oh! Run the outside. Gareth gives him the pinch and a squeeze. He's going to hoard it though. He's going to hoard it. He's got his nose up the inside. Gareth gives him a wee pinch. And Baggy is got a wee bit skittish off the exit of turn 13. And he's going to be put on the back foot by Dodgy. Dodgy's going to try. Baggy's on the grass. Dodgy's going to have a run. They're going to go side by side. Dodgy's already got the inside line. Baggy's conceded it early. And Baggy, later on the brakes, a bit more confident on the brakes.
Yeah,
going to try a switch back.
These guys need to.
Not quite.
They're going to have to watch out for Honey Badger. Honey Badger's going to go onto the softs, I think. How far is? How long is staying out? I think he's going to go on softs. Sidred's asking for a lofty ERS. He didn't have many before. Have much before he pitted. He has gained it all back though. He's on 40 odd %. So there you go. He saved it up.
No.
And yeah, he's pulled a decent gap to Hypers already, and he's on the back of Honey Badger.
Aye. I just seen as Zydred was asking, so Lofty does have, he's in his mid-40s compared to Honey Badger, who is got 80%. He's kind of just been kind of saving it, and just kind of been managing the gap. I'm assuming Honey Badger will be going onto a set of fresh softs or scrub softs. But we're going to see if Baggy Fan can try and retake the place over Dodgy. Dodgy. Well,
usually,
see, Baggy's,
come on.
Baggy's got so much battery. Like, honestly, like, looking at Gareth and Dodgy, right? Like, see them two combined, right? That's 30 odd %. You can times that by 3 before you even go the amount that Baggy's got. He's got so much battery in surplus. He could have went for a run there. He could have gone. He could have had a run. Like, he could have had a run. And I see Dolphin has actually come into the pits, so he's going to try and go for some clear air and then try and jump these folk if they need to come into the pits again. I don't think they actually will because they've got fresh sets of hard zone, but like that's kind of it. Like, yeah. Baggy, you have some battery. Like, put that.
Have Sabi
has
loads. Come on, Baggy Fan. It's something called energy recovery system. I think you should use some of it. Gives you more power. Honey Badger in the pits.
Oh, that's a lemon.
Out.
Oh, and that's a lemon.
Safety
and that's
car.
A full safety car.
Oh, that is.
Oh, Honey Badger.
Tree.
Oh,
what do you get ahead of these guys? He's going to get ahead of these guys.
Oh, Gareth, we got that. We did see that.
Hypers is reversing on the track. Oh my god.
Hypers is?
He was just reversing on the track. He just stopped. It just stopped.
He's just like, I can't get a wee pit stop in there, tay boys. Let me just go back there and actually get it.
I think he had the Delta, of course. Running them with his wrecked car.
Oh, and you can see the car there.
Honey Badger.
Oh, he's way under the gravel.
Yeah, well, I mean, that car is... that corner is pretty poor. I think Hypers must have had problems with the old... what do you call it? Delta. What happened with Gareth? I missed that. Reese, are you there? Hello?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened with Gareth. I see he's got damage. I didn't know what happened.
Right, so basically what happened was the safety car came out. We seen Baggy jump into the pits, and we seen Gareth kind of cutting across that white line, and then he went back onto the track. So I think that might maybe be flagged. Lofty's in.
Lofty's in.
Hypers will probably come in.
Hypers stays out. Surely. Oh no, Honey Badger's going to take the lead.
No,
How?
Hyper's
How does-
going to take the lead.
I
Because
know
Honey
Hyper
Badger's
stayed
right
out,
there.
has he?
Aye, Hyper's stayed out, but
He's
he's
jumped lofty. This is, I mean, yeah. Dodgy stays out, Hyper stays out. Former Racing Point teammates have decided to stay out. This race has just turned on its head completely.
See, I don't want to be that guy, right?
Why did Lofty pit?
See, you're going to have folk that are just going to be like...
Lofty's on
honestly,
hard.
right?
What's he doing?
Lofty! He's maybe no confident that softs will make it to the end for you.
He was on medium, so we're going to make it to the end anyway.
Lofty! That's... Lofty! Come on!
That is
Like...
bizarre.
Like, here's the hang, right? Let's be real for a second. Honey Badger couldn't have had it any more in his hands than it is now. He has literally been fed a potential dub, like. And, like, I think that that's just, honestly, his strategy's worked to absolute perfection. He's came in, right time, safety cars came out at the absolute opportune moment, and I think, honestly, it is his to lose. Like, Hyper's, as much as he's got the advantage of track position, it's going to be extremely hard to keep Honey Badger, who's on 2 compound fresher tyres, absolute fresh softs, behind.
The
And
restart,
fresh hards too.
the restart's going to be great. No way is he coming to the pits.
Oh, you're a bit late in coming in now. But like that's kind of innit. Like let's be that guy, right? Let's put our tinfoil hats on for a minute, right? Because you've got the Racing Point that crashed, which is a Mercedes powered engine. You've got Honey Badger and a Mercedes powered engine, and you've got the safety car, which is Mercedes. Also
yeah.
don't take that for gospel, but like
it's just I'm looking at Lofty. He's on the hard comp. He could have stayed out on the mediums and just let him duel it out with Honey Badger. Like there's he could have made it to the end. I mean, he's literally handed. Yeah, like you say, handed on a plate to Honey Badger. That safety car is perfection. It was like Lewis Hamilton in Imola with that VSC in real life. He's literally in the pits. It's like he's turned a button, or he's just made. And the fact that it's a Racing Point that's crashed as well. I mean, I know Racing Point and Mercedes in real life are a lot closer than the game, but yeah, conspiracy. I got my tinfoil hat on. I mean, my head is actually gone right now because I'm just disgusted. I'm disgusted at Lofty's decision making. Come on, man.
Oh,
sorry, Lofty, but should have.
I know, Lofty. We do apologise for chucking you under the bus like that, but that's the kind of thing, right? Like Night Rangers said in the chat, the commentators, he's gone, and I mean, if it wasn't gone then, it's well and truly went now. He's gone, right? Like the heat went. Like
who are we waiting for? Colden. Right?
Mercedes. So we're waiting on Colden. Colden's just coming through turn 10. Sorry. Nicky asked what happened. A flying lemon went off the fast right-hander at the back of the circuit at turn 8, and the safety cars came out, and it's neutralised the race. It's kind of brought everybody back into the fold. Like,
I feel bad for Baggy though, because he's the only driver who has a time penalty at the moment.
Aye, Baggy's kind of been dealt the short straw here on this. I seen Matt in the chat saying that that the confidence just isn't really quite there for Baggy now, and I don't know if he wanted to kind of say that.
Yeah,
he did say that in the chat.
I think obviously last week he got taken out by Scott Laney, and he's had troubles. I think he had an incident with Cat in Vietnam, Bahrain. I have no idea. I think he started at the back on hards and didn't go too well once he pitted. Australia, I can't remember that far back, but yeah, the last couple of races I know he's had issues with just general racing. Safety car should be in this lap, but yeah, I think he just needs that race where he's just getting points, get him off the mark, even if it's 1 point. You know, that still gives you a bit of confidence. I know it had for me getting points in Vietnam, gave me early confidence. So yeah, I mean, if you get points on the board, that it really does give you a boost. Let's hope he stays in the points, whether it be in P6 or even anywhere in the top 10.
That's exactly it. Like, I think like once you kind of get like, see, honestly, see when you kind of finish stride, that is kind of like you should like the confidence will come back to you. But Hypers is going to have confidence in his ability to restart the race, and it looks to be that he has caught Honey Badger napping a wee bit. Their safety car's leaving in the pit lane yet.
Oh no!
And we're already away.
No.
Oh, it's 3 wide. No, it's no. It's all right. And we're going to have Honey Badger up the inside, late on the brakes. Up in the inside, and he's going to allow Lofty running. Lofty's been tapped, and there's
Williams
contact.
off in the background.
And there's contact. And there's a Williams in the gravel trap in the background there. Yellow flags are out already, and there seems to be some contact at the back of the field, and it's the Williams a grumpy orange. And I've just kind of jumped through everybody. We're on board with Maxwell as he's trying to make a move on Gareth, and that's kind of been neutralised quite early on due to the exit. But it looked to me, for what I saw, and it can only be what I saw at the time, Hypers went too early, and that's why everybody was having to stay in behind, coming up to the line, because the racing line is the step finish line here, isn't it? Like that's when you can start making overtakes again.
Lofty needs to let his teammate go. He's on the soft compound tyres, and he has a chance to finish at what, the second place. There's no way he's going to get up to the back of. He almost goes into the wall there. Oh,
and
Maxwell.
yellows are out. And that's Maxwell. He's run at turn 10, turn 11, turn 12. And McLaren in the wall there. And Honey Badger does take the lead as Demons is defending for Baggy into turn 1. Who's going to have Dolphin for close company. Hyper's picking up a penalty for too many warnings. And we're going to see Demons trying to go for a run. We've got Lofty right behind Dodgy trying a run. We've got Dodgy content behind Hypers just outside the DRS window though. Maxwell into the pits, so kind of gone a bit pear-shaped. Crafty right behind Steve, and this is for P8. And this is kind of it. This is the final sprint to the end. And we've got two Hassies right next to each other.
Surely
turn 11.
Surely he's got to let him go or something. Oh, he's had a bad run through there.
Oh, and Baggy's going to go for it. Up into P5, he splits the two Hasses. And they made a Hass of that.
Sprightly is slow. Those two cars at the back have been lapped by everyone now.
Like, this is kind of it, isn't it? Like, I mean, obviously Honey Badger he's leading, right? And he's got the fresher softs. He's in the best possible position, right? And Hypers is on the hards, and he's on not just fresh, he's on relatively old hards. And he's not being dropped by Honey Badger. But I think Honey Badger kind of just knows that he just has to be a bit more. Like, if he could just like kind of nurse the tyres, he's got track position. That's all he had to get. And Lofty is going to have a run on Dodgy up into the back of the circuit. And is he going to try and go for a move on the outside or the inside here? No enough space. That's the thing. There's no space to just say, right, I'll chuck it here, I'll chuck it there, I'll play it here, I'll go round here. Like, there's no real space for that in the middle sectors. Like, you have to make your move into turn 1 or down here if you get a good enough exit. And it's bad enough getting a good exit off of that corner anyway. So, like, what chance have you got?
Hypers is within DRS range, but Honey Badger hasn't used any of his DRS, I don't think, since the restart. So that probably explains why he hasn't pulled away, because he knows he has track position. All he has to do is burn it on the straight, and that is literally it.
That's exactly it. And like, as soon as Hypers is going to get close enough, Badger's just going to tap the button, and he's going to be on his bike. Like, that's kind of that's it. Like, as soon as he gets into touching distance, and Lofty's literally touched the back of Dodgy and spun him run, and that's Baggy getting caught up in it.
He's put him in the wall.
That's Steve-O slapping into the back of Dodgy, and then Crafty's run. And Crafty's run on the curb, and he's going to have to watch because Cullen's coming round, and he's going to have to watch 3-point turn. He's going to have to watch Cowan's coming, and Sprightly's just coming in the final corner there too, and he's got some damage. And that just spawned, and Demons is getting by Lofty, and Lofty's got damage, and it just goes bad to worse for the Haas driver.
all that was caused by Lofty hitting the back of Dodgy and just putting him in the wall. And then there was just a constant effect of everybody who came round just couldn't get out of the way. And yeah, that's just a big shame for so many drivers.
I have never seen a shaft being dealt so hard. Like, um, like, that as you were saying, like, it was just one event that triggered this domino effect of sorts into turn one. And now we've got Lofty having to defend for Dolphin as he's going to go up the inside. And the space is there, but Lofty just coming in a bit hot on the brakes, and he just taps the back of Dodgy and run it went. And that was kind of it, really. Like, it's you really don't like see. That's the kind of thing. This is kind of like the main negative most folk have about this track. There's just no enough space to really deal with anything. Like, if something like that happens, you can't go anywhere. Like Monaco has the very rare exception because it's the duel. Everybody loves Monaco. It's the glitz and the glamour of the calendar, right? Everybody wants to win it.
Wow.
But see
Carl.
here, and there's the Williams and Grumpy Oranges. See, like that's the kind of thing. Like, only got to watch because Crafty's coming. And that's the kind of thing. Like, there's nowhere to go if it hits the fan. Like, you're kind of done. Like, there's nowhere to go. Like, this is the kind of main grievance that folk have with the circuit. There's just no room to manoeuvre. Like, there's just nowhere to go. But Dolphin's going to make it look easy and the inside of Lofty into turn one. Like, maybe no. Lofty's going to go late on the brakes. Hod's around the outside. He's got a damaged front left end plate on that front wing, and he's getting pushed onto the grass by Dolphin. So he's getting squeezed and nudged and everything else. And Hypers is getting close to Honey Badger, but Honey Badger will not really see too much of it because he'll know that he's got a penalty. But like, and Grumpy On's just getting a slap on the wrist for good measure there. When it rains, it pours. That's kind of how it goes. But like, that's kind of it, innit? Like, it's a great qualifying circuit, but that's all it is.
Yeah. Hyper's still in the DRS range, but he's barely holding on at the moment. I mean, Demons could be Honey Badger and Demons as top two for 2 weeks in a row. If Demons can get inside that 3-second window, yeah, and well, we'll see. Hyper's out of DRS now, and neither of them got much DRS, and it's Honey Badger who's just played it smart at the front and not used it. So fair play to Honey Badger. He's managed to keep his stay ahead, and yeah, made the crucial pass when Nibers messed up the safety car restart.
That's kind of it. I think, like, honestly, the safety car restart was just, I think Hypers was just kind of worrying about what was going on behind him, that he just had to go. He had to jump the gun, and he literally jumped it. Like, because you seen Honey Badger and Lofty having to kind of lift off a wee bit before they crossed the line because the yellow flags were still out. So they were just kind of a bit patient with the move, and he won. Honey Badger kind of left it late on the brakes, I'll admit, but I'll give him for making it. Like, he did make that work. Like, but that is the benefit of beautiful fresh red tyres. Like, and like, this is kind of it now, isn't it? Like, the closest battle on track is Crafty behind Cowan, and this is for P9. And Crafty will ken that he doesn't need to make the move because Cowan's got a penalty, and Crafty can just sit in behind the Alfa Romeo. It took me so long to realise what that car was. The Alfa Romeo, and just get P9, because I don't think he's going to have the tyres. He's going to go for it anyway. No, he's not. False alarm.
Oh.
Oh, baggy. Don't know why I said baggy. Baggy's 6 seconds behind. Like, but like, that's kind of it, innit? Like, this is it. Like, Crafty for P9. He's P10 at the moment, so I think he'll just be kind of, like, I don't think 4 seconds is on the medium tyres, he could get it, but I don't think he will.
Yeah, could do. Not sure. Gareth on the back of Lofty. As Lofty is struggling at the moment with that damage. Obviously, Demons is not catching up enough. So kind of just hoping that even if Hypers gets another penalty, it's almost going towards 6 seconds more than 3 seconds. So Gareth's going to make that move. And Jester is as well. He's that close.
Are we going to see two moves into turn 1 here? Cowan's gone really wide, and Crafty's already pushing him through the final corner, deploying the battery. He's got the DRS as an extra aid into turn 1. He gets the move done. Cowan has to settle for in behind, and Sprightly is a lap down, and he's in the frame as well. So we've got, they're the closest cars on track. Oh, they were the closest cars on track. Crafty's already put out a second to Cowan. After being in some good clean air.
Yeah. You know what I'd love to see is Steve-O catch the Lofty, but I don't think it's going to happen.
I mean,
Steve-O P7
driving. Aye, Steve-O's in 7 He's kind of be quite raced himself. Like, he did get caught up with dodging that, but he managed to get away relatively unharmed. But like, that's kind of in it. Like,
yeah.
I mean, Lofty's driving a damaged car, so he's going to have to take a little more caution. If Steve-O can, like, that's the kind of thing, right? It's a matter of if rather than when for Steve-O, I think. Like, I think he'll be really content with just a P7, so I don't think he'll really be wanting to kind of gone chasing something that he realistically might not get.
I don't want to tempt fate, but he could get more if obviously Lofty was the one who spun dodgy round. I don't want to make the steward's decision for him, but I think that's a bit slam dunk. Gareth as well, he cut the pit lane entry, could be a top 5 finish for Steve-O after penalties. Depends on how large the penalties are. But yeah, start getting your driver day votes in the chat. I've got the position changes up. We've got Demons up 12.
Like that.
And
that's a stop.
Steve-O up 10, holding up 8, and obviously Honey Badger up 5. There's a few people we'd go for. I mean, Demons has had a good race. Honey Badger, pretty much perfection. And Steve-O, yeah, I mean, you haven't seen him the whole race, but I mean, he's had a quiet race, but he's got the job done really so far. Just one more lap to go, Steve-O. And you're
that's exactly it. Exactly, that's it. Sometimes the best races are the quiet races, and Baggy is right on the back of Cowan for the final point. We'll see if Baggy goes for it. Cowan just kind of looking at a shape. Baggy probably a bit more patient through here, just waiting for the opportunity to arise. DRS open, battery, get it, yes. Cowan's just sticking to the racing line, kind of knows he's beat. I'm going to jump on board with Honey Badger as we go on the final lap. Well, halfway from the final lap. Honey Badger honestly wasn't really quite in it until the safety car kind of maybe forced his strategy to come into play a bit earlier, but it came in and it's massively benefited the Mercedes driver. He won dominantly in Shanghai. He might have an argument about getting a wee bit of luck in his favour, but I don't think he'll be caring. It's going to be another dub for the Mercedes as he takes the checkered flag here in Zandvoort, and Hypers is close behind, but he's going to have a penalty to add on to his final race result. Yellow flags out at turn 4. Demons, after starting 15th, ends up on the final step of the podium, and Dolphin is going to have Gareth underneath the rear wing for P4. Lofty just don't even know what happened to his race, just kind of seemed to go backwards. Steve will take a P7 though. I don't think he'll really have any complaints. Colden, after starting 16th, he'll be 8th. Crafty just got caught up in the incidents. He was very much a wrong place, wrong time type of race for him, and it'll be Baggy to take the final point.
Well, I mean, it's not much, but it's honest work, so I mean, he deserves something from this race, so I'm happy for him that he's finally got off the mark for this season. It's little, it's 1 point, but I mean, he's not going to be too happy about this race either. but he still has 1 point to his name. I mean, there's Grumpy Orange with a 0 front wing. So he's had an incident on this last lap. Yeah, it's obviously tough for Baggies. Had 0 luck. But yeah, 1 point. But I have to say, Honey Badger, obviously, yeah, you could say he was fortunate that safety car came out at that particular time. I mean, he was decisive on the restart, and yeah, I mean, you get helped out. Definitely got helped out by Lofty going into the pits as well. I think it kind of just all fell into place for the Mercedes driver. And sometimes that's how races go. That's how the cookie crumbles. Got to be there. Got to be in it to win it. To finish first. First, you must finish. And yeah, he's done that
exactly it.
with good effect.
I think that's exactly it. I don't think like that's the kind of thing too. Like sometimes your fortune kind of relies on a wee bit of luck, but at the same time, I thought he drove quite phenomenally, even though we never really saw him for most of the first stint. But he showed up when he mattered, and I think that's all that really matters in the grand scheme of things. As he takes 25 points, he does take the fastest lap because Dodge's got it, which means nobody gets that point. But Honey Badger will be complaining 25. Hypers will be taking second place. Started second, finished second. Don't really think he'll be complaining, but Demons will have a big beamer on his face after starting 15th. He takes the final step of the podium. Dolphin P4, Gareth with P5 finish. Lofty just kind of seemed to be going backwards for the start, and a couple of incidents in a unusual pit stop under the safety car, under the second safety car. Steve-O 17th to 7th. Colden 16th to 8th, so big gainers there through the pack. Crafty just was wrong place, wrong time, P9, and Baggy is just, if it wasn't for bad luck, it'd be no luck. He wouldn't have any luck at all. He couldn't buy luck. But I'm looking through the chat, and I'm not going to lie, it kind of looks. I'm trying
Demons
to quickly tally them.
Steve-O, I think.
Right, so. Right, we're gonna, like, while we get them in, I'll tally them up so we kind of get a definitive answer. So we'll go with Baggy. Baggy is 1, 2. We've got 2 votes for Baggy. We've got, right, so then the next one's Steve-O. So Steve-O is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 votes for Steve-O. And then we've got Demons is 1, 2.
I think it's 7 as well.
4, 5, 6, 7. Aye. Doesn't really make the job any easier.
I guess we're gonna have to decide. We're gonna have to decide on Demons or Steve-O.
I agree on Demons there. I think he had a really good race.
I had a good race.
If I put my vote in.
Well, Demons votes for himself, so that'll be enough of a tie break by the sounds of it. Unless you were going to
cash out the podium,
split it again.
Demons 2 podiums in a row.
Oh, 2 in a row.
Yeah, I'm just going to say Demons as well. So, yeah, Steve-O says I think Demons deserves it more.
You've got Steve-O's blessing.
Steve-O is, as much as Steve-O would love Driver of the Day, he is happy for Demons to have it. So, we're going to give Demons Driver of the Day. And we will start off our podium interviews, and the guy who is in 3rd place. So make sure you've all ticked your box in the party chat, so we can hear you on stream. So yeah, Demons, I mean, obviously you were on the podium last week, and this week you made it tough for yourself, but there was a lot of action, especially in the opening lap and towards the ends. But I mean, yeah, you made it to the podium in the end, and just talk us through the different stages of that race.
I don't really know where to start, to be honest. Very, very strange race. Came into it with absolutely no expectations whatsoever. I do a lot of practice with Russell, and I knew he had really good pace, so it was good to see him up there in quali. I was just kind of thinking maybe getting the top 10 if I keep it clean, which I didn't, because that first lap was pretty hectic. I don't really know what went on, but I ended up getting a 5 second because I accidentally tapped Maxwell because obviously he's trying to avoid. Got wing damage. I thought, oh, that's kind of my race over, and then yeah, just carnage. And somehow the strategy seemed to work. Kept it clean. Had a couple of little battles, and I was a little bit hesitant. Don't seem to be that great actually overtaking people, which is never a good thing. But I suppose the strategy comes in for that one. So missed out on the last safety car as well, right at the wrong time. Yeah, so it's an absolute miracle, and I'm just glad to be there. Big up to Honey Badger and Hypers. They're just different class, different gravy. So well done to you guys.
Yeah, well done on the P3, mate, and well, 2 podiums in a row, and yeah, I think you're hitting some good form. So
yeah, over the moon. Thank you for the driver of the day as well. I mean, I was happy with Steve-O getting it. He was, getting the points and having a great race as well. So yeah, appreciate that.
yeah, no, well done, mate. Yeah. So then on to our P2 driver, Hypers, bouncing back from last week's disappointment onto the podium. Yeah, I mean, it probably could have been more for you without that safety car, but yeah, I mean, obviously it might be slightly disappointing, but I mean, P2 is still a good result at the end of the day. So talk us through that one.
Yeah, I think I had the right idea at the beginning. I was sort of keeping it clean. I got quite lucky, obviously, with the melee at the beginning. That freed up a lot of time behind me with drivers with damage or having to come in for the pits. And then obviously Lofty spinning out as well. Griff gifted me the lead. But yeah, that safety car, I think Honey Badger came in for his pit as it was called, I think. So gained, it must have been 6 positions. I think he came out, and as soon as I saw him on the softs, I was like, I can't come in now. I'm going to have to challenge on the hards and hope that his softs drop off quick enough that I can get ahead. And obviously I got a penalty in the end anyway, so even if I had got past, it wouldn't have been for much. But no, really good drive from everyone. I think there was a lot of issues behind, but it seemed like it was a very good race.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head there. There was a lot of stuff going on in that race. I think it all happened behind you, really. Yeah, obviously, I mean, you had you went a bit early on the safety car restart, which probably didn't help.
Oh, yeah. I thought I'd given it loads of time. I was weaving. The safety car literally must have gone around the corner and just put his brake on. I'm going to sit here for 10 minutes. I come around the corner, I was like, okay, it's going to be clear. And I saw it on my right. I was like, oh no, it's going to stop me. And I escaped a good 5 or 10 second. Was it a drive-through for speeding under virtual safety car? I must have made it by about no time at all. I was stopped on track. I had to reverse. Actually went into reverse by accident in the middle of the VSC. Oh,
yeah, actually, I caught that. I was watching you. I didn't see it. I don't think Riggs caught it on stream, but I looked on board with you, and then all of a sudden you were reversing. I was like, "Oh, what are you doing?"
Yeah, I was so close.
Yeah, well, luckily you didn't get in the way of anyone else, so
Yeah,
it wasn't that bad in the end.
yeah, and congrats to the other guys as well for getting on the podium today.
Yeah. Well done on the P2, and hopefully you can carry on the form. So then, race winner was Honey Badger at the end of the day. I mean, it is the most perfect timed safety car for your pit stop I think I've seen in league racing. I think it just couldn't have been it just couldn't have been better. And then obviously you were what? I think you pitted on purpose on the first lap. Under that safety car, and you were on the right strategy, and obviously, yeah, that it just continued. I think everything went your way today, and well done on another win. What do you have to say about that?
Well, I will say, I'll be completely honest, I was not expecting to win today, but after that second safety car, because it came out as I was in the pits, so like you said, it came out the absolute perfect time. And what happened on the first safety car on the first lap, I actually had wing damage, so I just had to pit to get that fixed and everything. But man, safety car, just wow. I'm still shocked by that.
Yeah, I mean, 2 wins in a row. I mean, obviously last week was a lot. Obviously, you had a good performance last week, and you got helped out by a safety car. I mean, if you don't mind me saying, you got helped out by a safety car. But
Oh,
I mean,
I totally agree with you there. Yeah.
even then, you'd still been on the soft, so I think you're still on for a good result, regardless. But yeah, I mean, from where you were on the first lap, I think you drove. It was quite a race from you, and then you just appeared and yeah, obviously nailed the restart, and then that was it. Really saved all your ERS, and you were just flying. So so well done.
Thank you. And congrats to all the other guys on the podium.
Yeah. So championship. Championship lead for you, Honey Badger, and I'll go over to Riggs.
No, I just kind of want to echo the congratulations and my best to the top three. Once again, so just kind of want to pass my best on to use free and for Demons for the Driver of the Day vote in the chat as well. So we very much look forward to seeing you in Spain in a week's time. But if you're not quite done with the Netherlands, you can tune in at 7 o'clock GMT tomorrow for the elite race, where they'll be taken to the track for the final time this weekend before we head to the Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya. If you want to see more of the Netherlands, tune in tomorrow. But if no, and it's just Division 3 you're here for, be sure to tune in this time next week for Spain. And we'll catch you in the next stream.